Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back to Pamela's Crochet and Knit Corner. I am Pam, and this is my little corner of the interweb to share with you my makes, my knitting and crocheting. I'm a crocheter who knits a bit, and any yarny thing that I want to talk to you guys about. How's everybody doing? Today is the last day of February and it is leap year. So today is February 29th, 2020. And I thought I would jump on and share with you guys how to use a Swift and a ball winder. I just assumed that most people had a Swift and a ball winder. So when I did my gift to you, my yarn came looking like this, which is a skein. This is normally how hand-dyed yarn, when you purchase it, this is how it looks. But in order to use it, the best thing to do is to use a Swift and a ball winder to make it look like this. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I thought that that would be helpful. If it is, that's great. If you already know, that's cool too. Just a little tidbit from me. Let me not forget to welcome all of my new subscribers and welcome back to my regular subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and hitting the like button. I'm having a blast. I am super stoked that I am able to podcast and share with you and be a part of this wonderful, awesome Yarny community. Let's always lift each other up. That's really important also too. So, I think this is episode 17. We'll see when I name it. But anyway, let's get started. So I have a skein of yarn here, a beautiful Malabrigo that I purchased at Stitches West 2020. And I'm sure you guys have seen all of the videos and we had so much fun, Z and I. It was just a fantastic trip and a fantastic weekend. So I purchased this because I love blue. And when I went to this booth, I don't remember the name of it, this just jumped out at me. So this is Malabrigo Azul Profundo. So I am going to show you how to turn this into a nice little cake with a center pull that you can comfortably crochet and knit from using a Swift and a ball winder, okay? Also, you don't only have to use a Swift and a ball winder for yarn like this. I also brought, this is normal, regular, impeccable that I got from Michael's, and they come like this. But I turned this into this with a Swift and a ball winder. So I love how these cakes are. They're just perfect. They fit nicely down inside of a project bag. They don't roll away. So that's part of why sometimes I like to even cake up just regular skeins of yarn. So the first thing you're going to need is a ball winder. Now, I'm not recommending any specific type of ball winder. This is the ball winder that I use. I am not sponsored by anyone. I purchased this myself. So I haven't had any problems with it. It's not perfect. Sometimes it does jump, but it wasn't anything that I couldn't fix or deal with. So I purchased this ball winder from Knit Picks. And it was very reasonably priced. I've had it for a year or two now, so I don't remember, but I know for certain it was under $20 for sure. And all you do is take it out of the box and you attach the arm. This is the arm of the ball winder. This is how the ball winder looks. And you have your handle. And this is the attachment to the table. Now, I'm lucky enough to have a bistro style table. This is in a part of my kitchen area that's off the dining room. So I'll show you how I connect this to the table. You will need something that has a lip on it, a table such as this. Do you see this right here? Okay, and all you do is attach it to your table. So they give you instructions on how to assemble the ball winder. It's really, really easy. It's not anything that's very complicated. They give you a pictorial. Can you see that? And this is Knit Picks at www.knitpicks.com. Okay. You also need a good pair of scissors, and I'll show you why in a moment. This is the Swift. Now, again, there are many, many, many different types of Swifts. I was going for economical. They have beautiful wooden Swifts, and they're all kinds. I think I got this off of Amazon, and it's called a skein holder. I got this off of Amazon. Again, it was less than $20. So let's have a look at that. It comes in this nice, neat holder. I always keep it in the holder. And this is what a Swift looks like. Now you're probably going, what on earth is that? But it works, and I will show you in a moment. So this is the Swift. And you also too have to have a table where you can attach this to. Okay, so let me get everything out of the way. My apologies for stepping away. Okay, first off, you need to loosen your dowel here. I don't want it to fall off just when I'm not, so that you have this room here to attach it to the table. And you attach it. You want your arm to be facing you over here. And this part goes right there on your table lip, okay? And then you just tighten that up. And that way you're able to wind your ball winder. Your Swift, the same thing. I loosen this right here. And of course, when you're on camera, nothing works right, but that's okay. And you might hear some life noises as well. My husband's outside putzing around in the backyard. So it's a nice sunny Saturday here in Southern California in the Inland Empire where we reside. Okay, so see how this is open? So now I'm going to take this and put this on the other end. You want a little distance away from your ball winder. Okay, so you can see that, right? How I have that set up. Okay, and then you just tighten that up while you're holding it. Make sure that it's gripping the lip of your table. That's nice and tight. Now, you're probably thinking, watch. Ta-da! You just take this little piece right here. It's a clamp, and you can inflate and deflate your Swift. Okay, so now you have all of your equipment set up properly. Now for your yarn. And this is where you have to be really careful. Take your yarn and unwind the hank, and it usually just kind of falls just like this is here. And this is what you end up with. Okay. Now, if you notice, there are ties on here, and this is to keep the yarn in place and not being tangled. I marvel at how they dye this and wash it and soak it and do everything without the yarn actually getting all tangled up. So what I do is I take my hank and I lay it out on the table. Now I can see this tie because it's white. So you want to clip that, just clip it. You always have to be careful not to clip your yarn because most oftentimes, like this tie right here, this is the same color as the yarn. But you can tell because of, you see the separation right there? You can tell that this is just holding the hank together. So it's okay to cut that one as well. So you just lightly snip it, and when you snip it, it will come apart because it's looped around the yarn. See how that came apart? So you can tell that this was holding the hank together. So just gently clip that right there, and then you'll have this to discard, okay? And then here's a free end of your yarn. Here again is another tie right there. So I'm going to gently clip that and then just pull it gently away from the rest of the hank. And then you end up with this piece also too to discard. And then there are two more that I see here. One is over here, right here. You're going to gently clip that. And then I just lightly pull on it because it's looped around. And there we go with that. And then here is one more, which is right there. You see that right there? Okay, so we're going to clip that very gently because you do not want to clip your yarn. Okay, success. Okay, so now I want to see where my pull is going to be and check to see that there aren't any more. Okay, now how I do it is you're going to have a loose end here and you're going to have a loose end here. I'm going to use this end to connect it to my ball winder. I like to deflate the swift just a little bit. Take it and put it around the swift and hold on to it and then slowly inflate the swift. And see, you have that all nice and secure on your swift. Okay, let's hope it spins correctly. In the meantime, you take your yarn end and let me see if I can do this where you can see it. You bring it up and down and around. And that puts it inside the loop of your arm. It has to be securely inside the loop. And then right on top of your ball winder, you'll see two indentations. You take your yarn and you securely pull them down into those indentations, okay? Now I wind slowly because sometimes if you start winding really, really fast, this starts spinning and this is going and the yarn will catch on the bottom. So I'm going to spin it slowly. I won't make you watch me do the entire thing, but I want you to get the gist of how this works, okay? So let's start winding our yarn. I hold mine out and away so that this area right here is a little taut, okay? And not much slack so that it doesn't end up wrapping itself around again. So let's see how this goes. So far, so good. And if you go at a steady pace, you see that the Swift is just spinning mildly. And it makes beautiful looking cakes. Your yarn looks really pretty when it's caked up. That's what cake means. And this is going very nicely. And see how the yarn is accumulating on your ball winder? Very nice and even and steady. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a bit, and I don't want you guys to have to watch the winding of this entire ball. So I will be right back when I'm closer to the end. Okay, I'm back, and we're getting close to the end. So let's finish up here. And as you can see, we are done. So what I do is this end right here, I take it and I tuck it into the side of the ball. Okay? Now, remember when we put the yarn in the two indentations right here? I stick my thumb in there and I pull up on that, because then that way the free end comes out. So this is going to be your center pull, and then you just slide. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And you have a nice center pull. That is absolutely gorgeous. What a nice cake. Okay, and now you can just take this and put it in your project bag, and you have a center pull. Now I have seen most places that will cake up your yarn for you, they take the tag and they loop it through here, and you can just tie that on. What I do, I don't do this, but this is something to show you. And you have your tag, it's your telling you what your yarn is, it's your Malabrigo, and then you can just fold that up and voila, you stick it into the center of your yarn. So that way, if you want to remember, you put it away and you come back a month or 2 months, maybe next year, and you pull it out and you're like, oh, this is my Azul Profundo Malabrigo, and you have your information. So I hope this helped someone who may or may not have a Swift, and somebody who is going to get a Swift or a ball winder. I hope that this little video helped to make it easier for you to use one. Both of these items are extremely reasonable. This was Knit Picks, this was Amazon. Both of them were under $20, and you can peruse both websites and see which one best suits you. And happy making. Don't forget to take care of your lethal making weapons, and also use these to straighten our crowns and lift each other up and shout each other out and say kind words and just big hugs to everybody in the fiber community. So I will be back soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. Let me know in the comments below, and have a good evening or a good day wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. Bye for now.